The markets were wild again today, and I will tell you about what set it off and what we can look forward to. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education, and if you push a battery-powered vehicle, you'll probably get tired, but if you push a gas-powered vehicle, you'll probably end up exhausted. We're going to take a look at the markets, see what the JOLTS report did to it today, and then what do we have to look forward to as catalysts. I'm also going to tell you about the free stocks from Momo. I'll tell you about my Patreon where you can see my buys and sells, and then my options course that I'm building out over there. For right now, let's get right over into the charts, and this is the first time that I am using TradingView, so bear with me here as I pop into this. So I have used it before, but using it for my videos is a little bit new. So let's go out from here. We're going to go to the daily chart to see what that looks like. And let me take down some of these indicators so that it doesn't look so crazy on here. So we're going to hide that and that and that. Let me see. And we also want to hide that one. There we go. So we got our 50 and 200 day moving averages, much like I use on Momo. And you can see we are getting well down into the oversold territory on the RSI for SPY. So when we watch that one, we are darn close to that 200 day, which is coming up to meet it, which is coming in at 419. And I think we're going to experience a nice bounce tomorrow. We're going to have to watch and see that. And that actually lines us up nicely for the other catalysts that we have coming up. And I will tell you about those when I put up Trading Economics. So that's what we see in the market today. When we look at the daily charts on this one, it does not give us confirmation of a bounce so far. So far, the momentum does not show that. We do want to watch for that cross back up over 30. It could happen tomorrow. We could possibly get an even further sell-off tomorrow. We'll have to watch and see. Let's look down at the minute chart to see what that looked like, because you'll be able to see the moment that that JOLTS report hit. So the market was kind of okay, kind of rallied a little bit, and then look over here. And when I put my cursor on this, the time, 10 a.m. exactly. So if you were watching this and you actually watched the Bollinger Bands on something like this, you got a beautiful play coming out of this one. So let me put those up here. You can see that we broke outside the top of the Bollinger Bands, and that puts us on the high side of things. So expecting for the JOLTS report to hit, you could actually do something like a straddle or a strangle, especially like 0 day to empty. Oh my goodness, there I go again. 0 day to expiration options on something like this. And that would pay off handsomely. And if you pick the put direction on this that you actually expected it to drop, this paid off in multiples of your investment all the way until, well, there's probably a couple different places. One place that you could argue would be probably about right here at 11.15. Maybe you held on to that long enough that you were in this all the way until you got to about noon. But that's a long time to hold those, and that's actually holding on to a lot of profit by that point in time. But the JOLTS report totally messed us up when we looked at that. Let's look at the Qs real quick, and I also want to tell you how I've been playing this market in order to benefit off the moves that we've been seeing. So here's something that I was tracking recently for this. You don't have to pay too much attention to the drawings that are on here, but it's pretty much the same exact chart. And this is one that I played with some of those 0 day to expiration options on this one, and it paid off handsomely for me. Not as much as the drop would have, but I didn't catch that early enough, and I didn't want to rush into it because that's a nice way to get burned on something that's very high risk like that. So the Q's pretty much the same story, and let me go from there quickly before I get into my catalysts and the trades that I've done in this market in order to profit from it. The free stocks from Momo, I use it to trade my options. You can check that out using the link down in the description. Here's the deposit levels. Here's the free stocks that you receive for each of those deposit levels. Each stock is valued at $2,000 a piece, and they have wonderful options strategies that are on there, an options analyzer and an options calculator. If you want to see where I post my information, my buys and sells available through my Discord, that's in the Patreon. That link is also down in the description. Click, come on over and join us. And my goal is to give back multiples of your investment by joining that group. So check that out, talk to the community over there, and I don't think that you're going to be sorry. I think you're really going to like what you find. And my options course is also part of that Patreon, available to all tiered members. So just go on over there, check it out. So here's Trading Economics, 10 a.m. Here's the U.S. JOLTS job openings that we have, 9.61 million, about 10% over consensus of 8.8 million. So that's very much worth paying attention to, because you saw what it did to the market. So jobs reports, crucial things to watch. So we have some ISM reports, some ADP employment change coming up tomorrow, 8:15 a.m. That's going to be another catalyst for us. That could, if that's another strong number for us, that could be something that really messes with the markets. We wouldn't be watching the pre-market for that. I think it's really going to be sweating, and we could see some red in the markets. We get surprised the upside. We can get our bounce off of that. There's the ISM stuff, and then the next big thing is initial jobless claims. We want to watch that number as it comes out. We also have Challenger job cuts. both of them on Thursday, October the 5th. So this could just be a very messy week watching for those. And job cuts, the higher the better there if we want to see the markets recover. The lower the better if we want to see the markets move downward. And I got to tell you, we can play the market in either direction and profit. And I will tell you about my trades in just a moment on those. So we want to pay attention to that as we go forward from here. And then we have non-farm payrolls coming up on Friday. And unemployment rate, I forgot to mention my other video. Somebody pointed that out in the comments. So thank you for getting me in the comments. And looking for 3.7 to 3.8 right now. Higher numbers, better for markets, unless it's too high, in which case it's worse for markets. So if we see like a 4% come out of that, that might be pretty good. Maybe even 3.9 would be better. 4% might start to get a little bit too quick of an upward movement too soon on that, and that could signal recession for us, and that could get very messy for the markets, worse than we've already seen. So those are the things that I think for us coming up, at least throughout the end of this week. And I want to tell you quickly how I'm playing how I played this market and the results of it today. So Tesla deliveries were yesterday. I took a put option on that, and today I had the chance to cash in on that, probably about 8 or 9% up. I got slipped on the order. I put in the order for $13, and the premium I paid to be in it was $12.31. So multiply those numbers by 100, and that would have worked out pretty well for me. I would have taken at least in an overnight situation when we look at that. So let's call it 5 to 8%. And then moving from there, I ended up taking a 1% loss on the Tesla put. So not bad, managed my risk and got out of it. Even though tomorrow, if we get that bounce, I made a good move. Tomorrow, if we get a further drop, well, then I guess I should have stayed in it. But I'm okay with where I'm at. I can sleep peacefully on that. I took a 7% profit on a TQQQ put for November. I took a 9% profit on TQQQ for December. And then I took a 24% profit on my intraday trade today on the 0-day to expiration options on QQQ. That worked out very well for me, and I'm very pleased about the way that worked out. I post all my buys and sells in my Discord, which is available through my Patreon. That link you can find down in the description. Come on over, sign up, check it out. If that does not return multiples to you, feel free to leave whenever you wish. I think that you will enjoy the community that you find over there. And guys, the options course that I'm building, I can't tell how excited I am. And I also put out a trading strategy video over there right now for really a lot of different kinds of trades that you would happen to do. Lots of value building up all the time. Don't forget about your free stocks from Momo. Thank you for watching this video. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning, and we'll see you in the next video.